Coming up next, our stocks show.
Stocks, everybody.
That was terrible. Welcome back to United States of Formula One. Cookie.
Nicky.
And this is our special stocks edition. We started this up last week.
Yeah, last week.
We kind of set a baseline for all the drivers and all the teams where we thought they were through 2 races, whether we were buying, selling, or holding.
Yep.
We're mixing that finance world and that F1 world a little bit.
Yeah.
So the baselines, I don't think we had any surprises. I think everything was, after 2 races, I think a lot of us, even the viewers, would have been on the same page.
Yep.
Do we have any surprises this week?
We will. We'll go through them. Now, we're not going to go through everyone.
No.
Because if go back and watch the last episode, we went through every single driver and kind of how we feel about them. If there's no really crazy changes or we don't really feel like talking about them, because who cares about Gabriel Bortoleto? So
Well,
we
you
won't
got to
talk.
pick that poor guy and
I'm
kick
sorry.
Sauber out.
I was going to say Nico Hulkenberg, but I knew that it would upset you, so we'll just say we're not going to talk about Kick Sauber, I would imagine, all season. So
You take that back, or I'm not talking the rest of the show.
Nico Hulkenberg is the
Right.
man.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. So, yes, like you said, you have to have, in every study, you have to have a control. You have to have a baseline, like the concussion testing in the NFL. We did our concussion testing last week. So let's just hit on the hot ones. If someone did really well, really poorly, where we think they need to be moving forward.
So we're going to go under the blue tent?
We are in the tent.
That's what I'm
We're in
talking
concussion protocol right now. It's very white light. Alex Albon.
Yes. Now, last week we are buying on him,
Yes.
and I believe we are going to continue to buy.
Well, you
3 races. 3
you
races.
speak for yourself there, young pup.
Oh.
You are buying for
Oh,
him.
I'm buying.
I'm
Three
also buying.
straight races in the points.
Yes.
Basically carrying Williams. I'm going to stick with my original buying.
I don't like people to speak for me, but yes, I'm also buying. And I think it's insane not to, because he's, like we said earlier, I think he's the biggest surprise of the 2025 Formula One season thus far. We're only 3 races in, but with Sainz not producing for Williams and him 3 times in the points, you got to buy on this fella. Buy it while it's hot.
Holly.
What about your boy? You were high on this fella
Still am. I know.
preseason.
He rookie. He's in a Haas, finishing in the points. I know he's finishing in the point, 10th place, getting a point, but it's still getting a point. I'm going to continue to buy on him.
I can't. Yeah, I mean he's in Haas.
Yeah.
Haas, similar to Kick Sauber, if you're in the points, even finishing 10th, and a rookie, I agree with you buying. I'm selling him.
Oh wow, I knew that was going to happen.
I'm selling him because he's on Haas, and Haas is a bunch of D-bags. Because if you disrespect Nico, you disrespect me. Don't you shake your head.
Okay.
I don't care. He's going down with it.
Yes.
I don't care who's on the team. You're going down and a hail of gunfire with him, moving on.
Isaac Hajar?
He was my little love child coming into this season.
Okay, so my apologies. Last week
Last week,
I was a sell.
You sold him.
I was a sell.
Are you going to stay there?
And this week I am bye. And Isaac Hajar, I am now a believer, and you got me loving this kid. To race with no seatbelts and or seatbelts just basically hurting your groinal area to get into Q3, to get into the points, buying.
I love it. So I bought him last week. I'm going to stay. I love you joining me there.
Yeah.
Join the slither in the dark forces. That was hilarious. You brought it up. So in Q2, it was in Q1, I believe, his seatbelt was completely off. And the announcer said, "Do you think it's an issue other than safety that he doesn't have a seatbelt on right now?" And the other announcer said, "Yeah." With all the G's they're pulling around the corners, and he's just flying around, can't even hang on. And he still got through to Q2. Yep. So he comes in. What do? They tighten it so tight that his junk is coming out the back end.
The whole junk, all of it.
And he still qualifies
Sitting
for
on
Q3.
it. Yeah, finishing the points.
Finishing the points, I think he is slowly. And you have Lawson and Yuki who can't get points for the Baby Bulls. This guy's doing it.
All right, you got me.
Speaking of someone who can't get points anywhere,
Liam Lawson.
what are you doing with Liam?
So I last week bought on Liam Lawson, and I am going to sell on Liam Lawson.
You have to.
Yeah, as of now, you have to. I think he needs a couple of weeks in that V-carb.
Can you explain to me, I had to go back to that, can you explain to me why you bought on him last week?
Because I figured he was getting out of the garbage Red Bull that he can't drive, and he was going to go back to the V-carb that he did very well in.
Okay.
And I just expected him to do better, and he did not, so I'm selling.
Okay, you were hopeful.
I think it's going to be a couple. I think it's going to be a couple races as well.
So you're joining me again?
Yes.
Basically, whatever prediction I made last week, you're joining me this week.
Yes.
Yeah. Love it. Carlos, I'm late to the party because I have the poop stains.
Yes.
Bookie's so mad right now behind the camera.
Apparently he doesn't like that we
What do you
talk
want?
about that.
It was in the news.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
got fined 20,000 euros for dumping during the anthem.
So did we hold on him last week, or did I hold on him? Hold?
You held on
I
him.
held on him.
You held on him. I sold on him.
Yeah, so I'm going to stick with hold for now.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with hold for now because he has the 5 races. He kind of said, I need 5 races.
Okay.
I need these 5 races, so he better
So
do
you're
something after the 5 races.
I was just going to say that. You're staying the course. You held him last week. You're holding him again. He's not performing. You're going by the veteran's word, and he says, give me
5
some
races.
time.
Yeah.
So what happens if we're in race 5 or 6 and he's still not producing?
No, the fifth,
You'll eat crow?
Number 5, I am selling if he does not perform. So I'm going to hold till then. Just
Okay.
going to hold till then.
I sold last week, and I'm selling again. I expect more out of a veteran coming out of Ferrari. He's supposed to be the reason Williams is performing, and Albon is outperforming him.
Yeah.
If you have Albon outperforming you, I'm sorry. I got to get rid of your stock.
Yeah,
Sold.
I like it.
Moving on to someone who's always in the news because they're so good at life. Lance Waffle House Stroll.
Yeah, so 20th, we were, 27 seconds. I don't even know if he finished every single lap. I think he got
didn't.
23 laps in, so he finished, but
He was one lap behind, so the moment that Verstappen crossed the finish line,
he's done.
his race
And
was
it's
over,
over.
and he actually only completed 51 and a half laps.
Yeah,
Everyone else was at 53.
Lance Stroll is a ass bucket. He needs to just go away.
His daddy owns Aston Martin.
I don't care. Selling, sticking with it. What's you? Are you changing your mind?
No, I'm going to sell. He's terrible. He's terrible. We're selling. I don't even know what we're talking about in this much. Otherwise, I guess just to demoralize him.
Skip that guy.
Okay, we talked about Lawson. Now the other half of the Red Bull soap opera. What are you doing with Yuki?
So last week, sold on him because he's getting into that vehicle.
Okay.
I'm still selling on him.
Yeah. So you're saying you sold knowing he was getting into the tough car to drive.
Yeah, knowing that he was getting into that ass bucket Red Bull.
And the way that he performed,
Yeah.
you're going to keep selling.
Mediocre selling.
I held him last week, and I'm going to keep holding him.
Okay.
Because
You'll hold for one more week?
Yeah, I thought that
Okay.
you knew he was going to have a little bit of a rough time getting into the new vehicle, but I think qualifying 14th and finishing 12th, I think that's decent.
Yeah.
I know he's a veteran, but I think that's decent for your first race in a Max strap-on tough vehicle to drive.
So let me ask you this really quickly before we get into the teams.
Okay.
Yuki shits the bed. Are you going to join me next week
Yes.
and sell him?
Well,
Okay.
define shit's the bed.
No points.
So if
he finishes 11th place.
That's my cutoff. If he finishes 11th, that means he improved from last week, which was 12th. And I will hold on him.
Again.
So I'm going to say 10th or better, I'm buying.
Okay.
11, I'm holding.
12
12 to
selling.
20th, I'm selling.
Okay. I'm
Deal?
going to be selling him next
I'm
week.
gonna forget
Perfect. All right, let's get into the teams.
So we're getting on to the teams.
Yeah.
This may look like a driver,
Yes.
but this is actually the first team. This is Team Verstappen,
Yeah.
Team Red Bull. He is the entire team.
Yes.
Team Verstappen.
Yes.
Should they rename it?
Yeah, Team Verstappen.
Should Red
That
Bull?
actually sounds kind of cooler with his logo. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, he does have a cool logo.
Yeah.
His personal brand, I like it.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to get on here and do some apologies because last week I was selling.
You sold. I'm showing that right
sold.
now. This was you last week.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You
I
gonna
was
keep
dumb.
selling? No, you should sell. He won a race. He kind of sucks. He's barely
No,
won 4 championships in a row. You should 100% sell him.
You know what? I disrespected Max Verstappen. I want to say right now that I apologize. The guy is the GOAT. We've been saying it.
Are you?
He takes a crap car,
Are you?
and I'm buying all day long.
This is the third
I don't know why.
gentleman that you have come to my side today
I had to
from last week.
It's called the old flippity floppity. I'm allowed to do it. I'm a flip flopper.
I bought Team Verstappen last week.
Yeah.
I'm buying Team Verstappen this week, and I'm going to continue to buy him all year.
Yeah.
I will never not buy Verstappen until he proves to me that stock has a depreciating value, which is going to be a while.
I thought he was going to be middle pack for a couple of races starting in Japan.
How dare you?
And I was a million times
so wrong. Your belly.
And my belly's getting upset with me.
Your grumbling belly
Yeah.
is disagreeing with your take on Verstappen.
Next team.
Moving from Team Verstappen to Team Ferrari.
Team Ferrari.
What are you doing with Ferrari? What do you think?
So, Leclerc.
Yes.
Rick. Leclerc.
Stud.
Finished
Typically.
well. Hamilton, I think they're waiting on. He is pretty new. He's got to get used to the vehicle. He won a sprint race. I think that they just need a couple upgrades, and they're going to get that in a few races.
Okay.
And I think they're going to improve.
So
I'm going to hold.
Okay.
No.
No, that makes sense to me. So you're going to give them for the upgrades, give them some time.
Yes.
I'm selling.
Oh.
It's been long enough. They were the Golden Boys. It was all Team Red coming into the season. We're all hyped and excited. And Mercedes is slaughtering you.
Yeah.
Antonelli is slaughtering you.
Yeah. Team Verstappen is slaughtering you.
Albon is beating you. I mean, you can't have the excuses are over.
Yeah.
And I have to get her. I have some losses. I bought them a little too high. I'm selling them low, but I'm going to reinvest that money into Team Verstappen. Maybe I'll put it in another location, but I'm going to take this as a tax write-off, and I'm selling before I lose more money.
I like it.
Sorry.
Who?
It's over here, Mercedes.
What
are we doing?
This is easy. Buying them all day long. You got the best rookie right now, and a racer that we basically disrespected for. We didn't disrespect him. We did not mention him for. We did not mention him for the first two races. The announcers didn't.
The announcers didn't, and you didn't.
Yeah.
I've been on the George Russell train since week one. I was begging because I love him. I don't know much about him, but I felt bad for him. He keeps performing.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fantastic.
It kind of makes sense though, because you've been all about Antonelli, I'm about Russell, so we can agree. I'm the same. I'm buying all day long for Mercedes. So moving on to the final team that we're gonna grade today.
Yeah. McLaren, bye. I mean, you got the two, I think you got, besides Max Verstappen, you have the two best teammates, two best cars, and arguably the two best top three racers right there. So I'm going to stay with buying them.
I agree. It's just my problem is even if Piastri and your boy Lando were doing terribly, you'd buy him because you're obsessed with him. But I have to agree, how they're doing, it's buy all day. I think it was I think that Papaya is disappointed with that loss. I think they see that as a huge issue because Verstappen's car is struggling right now and he's still beating him. But you have to buy McLaren. It's
no brainer.
No brainer. And is there anything else you want to touch on? Any other teams? Do you want to touch back on Stroll? Do you want to mention Stroll again?
What did we call that team? The audience really loved it.
Ass Martin?
Ass Martin.
No T, no O-N.
Ass Martin. And I think we'll leave it at that.
All right. Until next time, stock shows are done. Love ya.
Follow us on YouTube at the United States of F1, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at United States F1. Copyright Brugman Media Limited 2025.